or play, or do something creative. And we will do some zone war too.
In the game without finding out too much.
Maybe
if you want to get notified with all the latest leaks in Fortnite, we do these videos regularly.
Tell one of them for 65.
Fortnite, so be sure to subscribe to the channel, push notifications on. But today we've got
Rate one of them share. Rate one of them share.
Things that we're experimenting on. By the way, if you have not entered our V-Bucks giveaway, the link for that is in the description below. Takes a minute to enter, but be sure to click it. Everybody's a winner. Okay, maybe not. Only a few of you are going to win, but your chance is as good as anyone else's, right? And free is free, so why not? On to the list. Number 10, the Heavy Sniper. The Heavy Sniper is a weapon that was leaked just recently. It will most likely have a more powerful shot based on the fact that it is the Heavy Sniper after all. And is rumored to have a first shot that will pierce walls. This is going to be huge in Fortnite, definitely altering the meta in some way, shape, or form. And it's going to have a slower reload time because balance is always important.
It don't matter.
Because the Rail Sniper is another sniper that's been leaked recently. But back to the Heavy Sniper, this thing is essentially a Barrett 50 caliber. So it's like a super bolt action. And hit markers are so annoying for just about everyone, but they're especially annoying when you're trying to hit one of those crazy shots.
Oh! Did you see that? Did you die back? No, you did not. They do not do. They do just...
I can only imagine what the Rail Sniper, which has also been leaked, could be like. Just thinking in my head right now, I feel like the Heavy Sniper would be extremely useful.
Have one of them?
Especially since a lot of people like to sit in forts. And at the number 9 spot, we've got the Flying Saucer. Now you'd expect some kind of UFO, but it is
coming?
Not even close to UFO. No sir, this is truly a sauce machine. It's literally a burger box with ketchup and mustard inside of that box. Then we've got some cafeteria trays, pickles, and mustard here on the tray.
That unlucky.
French fries and salt.
Oh, we can see a wing, chat. Chat, we can see a wing.
Out of the back as you fly. That would be so awesome. And at the number 8 spot, we've got the Beef Boss skin. Now, I'm going to be honest, everybody knew that this skin was going to come out eventually.
What?
And once again, Epic has pulled pretty much the entire thing from a fan creation.
You goddamn kidding me! Hey, Matty, I'm streaming. We are doing some creative.
This was exactly how this was going to be created. So there's really not much to say about that. But down to the back bling and pickaxe, this
we will do some.
Like that fan creation we all saw. The fan concept is spot on. This thing has been long awaited. It's gonna be a great skin. Everybody's a fan of Dirt Burger.
I'm not Latin.
Different riffs and stuff. But the skin has got a purple and orange dress shirt with an orange bow tie. We've got the Dirt sticker and
you Johnny, you can lay it you Latin.
And it's that delicious burger head that we all know and love. I might actually try to eat.
You had shit in there, not like me, because I'm streaming and I'm not Latin. Solo arena. Cool, main battle to play some creative. Chat, you said we will.
This back bling will come alongside the Sushi Master skin. Moving on.
Guys, comment below what you want to play now in live chat.
This back bling consists of 25 pounds in weight strapped directly to your back. Whether you need to just tone up or beef up, this will be a back bling for you. You can find it as part of the Spandex Squad set, all themed around the 80s. The second back bling you can get in the Spandex Squad set, though, is the boombox. And exactly as it sounds, there'll be a giant boombox on your back. And considering back bling has no hitbox,
because you always have to leave when you play with people, that one already here.
Where do you think the direct inspiration behind
you?
The 80s theme set from? Any theories? Let us know. Now, if you're wondering what backbling came with the whiteout and overtaker, then wonders no longer.
Did not quite, huh?
That's right, guys. You got yourself some katanas. The primarily white backbling is called Ignition, and that belongs to Whiteout. Overtakers is the primarily black.
What one that are you putting in?
More popular sets to buy with a lot of people.
With one, the one.
Confused at
The new one?
And I have a feeling that Ninja may be one of those people. Number 6 is the Panda Team Leader, legendary skin. Probably the most curious one on our list today is Panda. This old school teddy bear has been given another skin variant.
Why are you not joining? Because you're afraid you will get wrecked on stream and it will be embarrassing?
Out of all the teddy bear skins, this definitely gets my number 1 spot. The other variants could be a bit too obvious, and at least a panda has a better chance of not being spotted compared to a bright pink version hopping through the field. Although, to be honest, I don't think anything with a head that big can exactly...
Yeah, but, no, you two not, but I am big because I'm streaming. You two need to go in.
This panda has a legendary grade. I mean, what do you think?
Is it a new one better?
This
yeah, a new one.
Is the male counterpart to the whiteout skin, but there are some subtle differences.
Yeah, no combo.
Whiteout has gone for a pure light.
What gun do they? You took the gold pump.
has gone for more of a modern day Mad Max effect, with spikes decorating the back.
No MG. Where's the purple star? Why there no purple star in this? Why there no gold? Why do you have purple? I got.
Taking the wheel and whiteout spraying away on the back of the bike.
Okay.
Has to be something epic and already thought
of.
Yes, we have a number 5.1 because we could not.
Where's the north one?
But they're new emotes. We're just gonna throw all of them in there and call
them
the
Bruce? Slung, we last slung,
So this also means we might start getting the new leaked skins sooner rather than later. Let me show you. This week we have 4 leaked emotes and dances that we can present to you. Starting with the Pumpernickel emo with the description that reads "Get pumped up and ready." This actually got put into the shop just Tuesday night.
You read that?
Started to appear. When do you think we'll be seeing the other items like character skins and gliders? Moving on to the second dance, we have the rare work it out exercise. That's right. Start off your new day in the Battle Royale world with a nice, healthy warm-up. Start off with some running on the spot while clapping to an epic beat. Then spin around, punch the air, and pose. You're now ready for battle. Keep note, though, that we're having a lot of 80s references in the recent leaks. Our third emote is the very simple gesture.
Wow, I hate it, Matt. I can't see your name. That's cheating.
Touching his own butt. It's a classic sexy move, so for those of you who have just come back to the video from typing "dick" in the comments, this will be your favorite emote. You're welcome. Our fourth and final emote is "Go, Go, Go." This is going to be perfect for you trolls out there when your friends in a party start getting into the "you got me killed" argument. Walk up to one of them and pull out this emote, egg on your mates, even though this emote makes you look more like you're awkwardly trying to punch someone, but in the right situation, it can be very effective.
Have fun, we know.
Number 4, we've got the whiteout skin, the epic skin whiteout. Remember I told you motorbike fans out there, it got better further down the list. Well, here you are. Remember the old red and black biker skins? Starting off with the female biker skin, we give you whiteout. This character is actually a motorcycle ninja, which will be revealed with amazing backbling further down the list.
Can we play this one? That one not good. I don't like this one better. This one's soft.
Help appreciate how slick this skin looks. And knowing how the Fortnite are going to react to skin-tight leather, I'll be expecting Thick to fill up my notification. Number 3, Sushi Master. Coming in with another rare skin.
I don't like that one because you can't see where everyone are and it's annoying.
Traditional sushi master. Someone who has trained for years in his craft. At first, you might confuse this outfit for a karate uniform or a Muay Thai battle clothing, but it's literally just a traditional sushi master outfit. Seriously though, do you see the size of that buckle? How heavy is your apron? I bet this is some Dragon Ball Z training with weight stuff. And he's gonna go Super Saiyan on all of us. Whew. Look out. Number 2, the Cyclone Glider. This week's leaks have revealed some more members from the biker gangs, and they're coming back to town, but they're also bringing with them some new custom gliders. Both the Cyclone Glider and the White Hall Glider show a sports bike at the center with its wheels turned up sideways on either side of the bike. The handlebars have been flipped upside down for the imagine if they allowed a passenger to ride the actual sports bike. Jump onto a passing teammate who's gliding by and shoot your way into the enemy. Now the Cyclone uses a red and black theme with red neon lights in the tires, whereas the White Hall, as its name suggests, sports a white and gray theme with the bluish white neon lights in the tires. For you that enjoy your motorbikes, this will be awesome for you, but not quite as perfect as what else we have further down the list. And in at number 1, we've got the Galaxy skin, which is an epic skin. With leaked skins coming out on the weekly, we're always on that next skin that'll blow our mind away. And there's no better pick than this Galaxy skin. Now don't get me wrong.
Fun, do you want to do Nowhere MG because me you go free?
Is the all-in-one animated texture.
I really think you went back to Hub.
Where nearly every every part of the character has the same base, like the Merry Marauder with his cookie skin, but this Galaxy skin covers every part of the character. The eyes and fingertips have a brighter glow to them, but this new character looks like you could stencil him out of the...
That you had to hang it. I'm spectating.
Another point to note is the glow effect around his
Could go back to half, and I will put one in.
Given that most other animated skins required some sort of unlocking, I wouldn't be surprised if we had to complete our own challenges for Galaxy. However, the current leaks have said that Galaxy won't be obtainable in the item shop. It has been confirmed that it will be part of a bundle pack, including 15,000 V-Bucks, when ordering the new Samsung Galaxy, which means the only time you could see it is running into mobile players or those that link their accounts to Epic. Let's hope it's not exclusive, though, as I'm sure most of the Fortnite community also want this Epic skin. But that has been our list of the top 10 leaked items you didn't know were coming to Fortnite. If you haven't, click that like button and subscribe to the channel right now. Also, don't forget to enter that giveaway. You could win some V-Bucks. You never know. It's worth the shot. You don't know what you're going to win. You don't know what you're going to lose. Okay? Just give it a try.
Oh, we like
I hope you guys have
here.
a great day.
Yeah, here. We like here. That all. Chop at her. You will lie, trap at her. You will lie, trap at her. Yeah, you will lie. Cool, it make it more fun. Make more fun and more challenging. Yeah, everyone ready? You not carrying a shotgun? Cool, I'm ready. I thought you told me you were ready. Yeah, why? Why I'm not allowed Dewey? I like Dewey. Mighty, I'm allowed. Why? Why I'm not allowed Dewey? Why? Because it takes two aim. Because Dewey OP with aim assist and you two don't play with aim assist. No shadows. Better. Cool, it not me. Who it not me? Marty, is it you? Or is it the... GG, Marty. Hey! I frame with an AK, that broom, you don't like your broom. I'm not, that's better. Lottie headshot, Lottie. No focus, no fear, Marty, or la. That you did not know. That had it one start, they had no start or anything. Can we go to one with start her is fun. Why do you like start her? But I do like playing with start her. They're fun playing with start her. That a frame with a hair, yeah. That frame, that not a human shotgun. You don't frame me with an AR. Then why do you have a hair AR?
Didn't have any raid.
That Matt, stop spraying! You just only threaten the right sphere. All better doing it just shooting the AI. He's not even using a shotgun. Mighty cheating. Oh no, he not. I thought that was an MG. That can you literally stop framing that AR? That all you doing? And no. Who making that E-rater now, Sam? My hat aimbot. Yeah, I've hit every shot. You're hitting every shot, Marty. What? That means you don't sweat like time, yeah? You are. Because you're hitting every shot and barely talking. What did I say with no trap potato in there? Mighty, stop using that burp. That take no fear to you. Don't kill me, or you need to, only you'll pit her. If anyone kill me, oh, that's not my friend, but I got. Now I'm fighting now. Where are you, Mighty? No, Mighty, I'm higher than you by a butt ton. Yeah, no war, that's fair. No war, or you will pit her. Which one do you want? No war, drop that or you use your pit her. You kill that or again, you use a pit her. You can't. I'm sure I let him get AR Mighty. Had a gold star, Mighty. Take a gold star. Gold. Gold better. Fine, you had the data bank her. Oh, let's just go with it. How don't a headshot? How much do a headshot do? I do 32. Two? Adults I do 32. Damn it! I take way more speed than him. Why? What's wrong with him? Yeah, why we care? What? How many kids do you have better? Mighty, how many do you have? Me, Mighty, tying. Back coming off. Yeah, but one kid. Where is Mighty, poor her? Where are you, guys? But where are you? Where is my paw? My hat aimbot report player, he hit 4 headshots in a row. That not like that aimbot. Dad, did you see that? He hit 4 headshots in a row. My no threatening or mean battle to play. My does he might move. He's deadly though. My stop don't. Yeah, we're deadly teaming. You are don't swear. See, deadly not how you normally play. You are that. Yeah, we are. And we should we just. Who started the mouse? Is he up there with you? Is he up there? Yeah, he up there. That I come with me. Coming here. Yep. Dad, why are you farming traps? Then I can't go through any door. Have you realize that?
Why are these guys in there?
Because we are teaming. And we are teaming.
You can't stay there full time.
That's lying. Come in, don't be afraid.
No, I'm not coming in. I'm just showing off myself outside.
Mike, come in, there's nothing in there. Mike, really. Marty, come in here. There's no crap in here. Carry him for 154 batter. Me and Bat allowed to you anything we want. Where are you? Where were we? No, he had aimbot. Hope. My cheating. My hit a direct headshot on me. Chat. Yeah, no kid, I'm changing something too.
No combats. No combats, AJ.
I'm not. I'm totally not getting my combo. I'm totally not getting my combo. No, I got my non-combo, shockwave and buoy bomb combo. I got that combo. Where is he going? That don't have combat. That what a pump! That what a pump, Marty! You are being ridiculous. That what a pump! Yeah, they can. Yes, they can. Pump. They can. Did you read the path note? Pump. Oh yeah, they don't. Correct. Where are you, Marty? Where is he anyway? But I got my combo, shockwave, buoy, bomb, trap, throughout AI and pump. Where are you? How? Where are he? On top? Where are he anyway? Where are he anyway, Batter? Cat. Let go. He did.
You were just spraying me.
I see him. He over here, Batter. Marty, what do you think of my new combo I found? Why you hit him again? Got him.
You have to do that.
What? My combo? You said you found me. I'm teaming on you. He said that. Why are you kidding me? Why are you shooting at me? Damn it, that was not. No, that was Mighty who's shooting at me. That was my. Where are you? The Mighty. I see him. How did you know I'm streaming? I told you that. Are you lying or something? How? Why did you say I'm streaming? You knew I was streaming. That I come down into my 1x1. Do you see where Mighty bullying up to Matt, huh? No, you were not. No, you were not. Where? There are more people on my friend list. I think King had the star. Pretty sure King had the star. Pretty sure White. King. Where's Marty gone? Really? Wait, Marty. I see him. I see him. I'm coming with my shockwave. I see him. Hey, Mighty chat aimbot. Should we just report him back up? Guy, we sing here first. Mighty will have over like a mere detan. Where is my detan? You are have a mere quiet now. Oh, shorty better. Where? Oh, I got 32. But you sing Mighty, yeah? Why don't you buy Jingy? I might buy Jingy. Cool, can you get me something? You will need to get me the nest. Who's shooting at me? From where? But you need to get me the bad part too. You told me you will. Where that aim? My hat aimbot report player hat in cheating. My where is my anyway back? But can you end the game? Because I want to do something. Oh, can we do some zone war for a bit? Because it. Why my chat won't it? Where that hat Hit your internet because I'm not. Hold me better. Come in the consumable. Connect to the consumable. Sure. Mike, can we do a 3-round zone war? Pre. That can we do zone war? Or you're so Lua, you don't play. Where are he? Where are he? That's not like Marty, that's weird. What shotgun do you have? Your pump?
Did you want a fork instead or?
What would you take? I see Marty. Help me, come in the casino. Yeah, I can.
No, you can't. Oh my god.
Marty got hit by a trap. Okay. You crying, really? Sweet. Okay, Solua. Back him in, you had one?
No, because it's go with him and can't
Now do you want to have 1v1 but you bet I finally see who better. Don't come out here where I am. To come out here. Do you see where I am better? Okay. Mighty Paul who right there, he a solo, he don't even have a solo wing. He had no wing at all, chapter.
I was completely innocent, but nobody believed that. I got in trouble a lot, and teachers knew that. And, well, they didn't like me that much. They even called my parents pretty often, but my parents didn't really care. It was also pretty hard to make friends, and a lot of other people thought I was weird. But nobody ever said anything to me face to face, because they were afraid of me. Thankfully, I've had one friend since I was a kid. His name is Matt, and we've been friends since the 1st grade. One day, our teacher called me into her office and told me, "Okay, Neil, I know the truth. Tell me where they are." I was like, "What are you talking about?" And she kept looking at me with a serious tone. After a long and awkward silence, she told me, "I know you took our school trip money from the table. If you return it, you won't be in trouble. I promise." I didn't know what to say. Basically, the class below us was collecting money for a trip, and apparently our teacher was keeping it on her table, and one day it disappeared. I got very angry because of the accusation and raised my voice, saying, "I didn't take the money, I never touched it." My teacher sighed and said, "We all know that it was you, Neil. Who else could it be?" I answered, "It could be anyone, because you weren't smart enough to not keep it on your table." After this, I stormed out of the classroom. I thought that was the end of it, and this
Let them more,
but it was far from over. That was only the beginning. The next day, I was called into the principal's office. I went there, and to my surprise, the principal was waiting for me along with 2 teachers, and one of them was the same one that accused me of stealing the money. Oh, I was very angry and started to talk with them aggressively, but they were answering in a very calm manner. And too calm. They were saying that they know that I did it.
You want a bottle of soda water?
Yeah, I heard you.
Huh?
They tried to understand it, but I kept saying that it wasn't me, that I didn't even touch the money, and they kept pushing me. I asked if they had any evidence besides my reputation, and they said that several people said they saw me take the money. It kept going on and on. Every day they would invite me in and keep asking me the same questions, and I would deny everything.
Oh, that dude, I swear!
But nobody would believe me, because everybody
Just leave.
the rumor that I stole the money, and everybody believed it. be honest, I was ready to confess. That would be easier than sitting in a small room with 3 adults who were taking hours of their life to prove that I was a thief and secretly hating me. They said that if I wouldn't confess, they would have no choice but to expel me. I went home that day, preparing to say that I had done it the next day. But thankfully, Matt was patiently waiting for me so we could walk home together. I told him everything, and he said that I shouldn't confess, and I said that they would expel me if I didn't. Matt laughed and said, no, they won't. They're just bluffing to make you say it. They would call the police if they had any real evidence. They just need someone to blame. And I know that you didn't take the money. I asked Matt what I should do then, and he said, not you, what we should do. So basically, he had some kind of a plan. Matt was smarter than me in that sense. He said that we should look closely at the class that was younger than us, the one that was planning the trip. One of them probably took the money, and maybe we would notice something. So we started to spy on them, trying to notice anything that was out of the ordinary. We thought it would be hard, time-consuming. But actually, we found the truth in one day. One kid had a brand new Nintendo Switch. Yeah, maybe his parents bought it for him, but it was more than a coincidence that he had just gotten it, and he was showing it off to everyone, surrounding himself with a bunch of other guys. And, to boot, the price of it was around the same as the amount of money that was stolen. Oh, I got very angry, and was on my way straight to him. Matt stopped me, and said that we should be smart about it, to make him confess. As other kids saw me, they all ran away. So there was only this dude, me, and Matt. I asked him, where'd you get the money for the console? He smiled at me and said, my parents gave me the money. Matt smiled and said, we know the truth. One of your friends told us everything. The guy got visibly nervous, but continued to smile and to deny everything. Then Matt said, okay, we were going to ask you to give us your Switch, and you wouldn't say anything, but we'll just ask your friend to tell everything to the teacher. He said, nobody will believe you. And Matt said, yeah, okay. And we continued to walk away. I got nervous, but Matt was very confident. The guy then chased us down and said, okay, I will give it to you. Just don't tell the teacher, please. Matt said, no thanks. And we walked away. Matt pulled out his phone and showed me that he was recording the whole time. We went to the principal and showed him our proof. But he said that he didn't believe us and that we made this guy confess. I said, isn't that what you've been doing to me for a week? I was getting angry again, but Matt said, so you're not even going to call the parents of this guy and ask them if they bought him a console? The principal actually listened to Matt. And after that call, he said that this guy's parents didn't know anything about a console. The principal apologized to me, although the teacher still refused to apologize. But I didn't care, because I was finally free, and the guy had to return all the money and got into a lot of trouble. I asked Matt later why he helped me, and he said, you've helped me out every time anyone picked on me. And nobody picks on you because you're bigger. But this time, I felt like I could actually help. I'm very happy to have a friend like that.
Is there anyone here?
Like this video and subscribe if you have real friends who you trust and will help you even when everybody else is against you.
Just you got shotguns? What gun do you have? I will just loot it out quickly.
Imagine yourself behind the wheel of a real. The Ram 1500 is Australia's unrivaled full-size.
I got me.
Now available as Eco Diesel V6.
Who had a...
Ram 1500.
How do you know someone had a gold pump? Hope?
Hey everyone. I know I have to introduce myself here first, but unfortunately I can't. You'll learn why in the next few minutes. More than that, there are plenty of details in the story.
They do one tab! They do one tab! Oh, yeah! I need one of you to come.
It's all been so hard over the last
What that... Huh?
I just
What?
need to get it off my chest.
How long will you be?
Flashback.
For how long?
Years ago. A regular 14-year-old.
Oh, okay, bye.
At school or being bored on the weekends.
Hello everyone, my name is Kiara. We are all aware of the great impact that the internet has had on our lives nowadays. It has changed my life dramatically as well. I want to tell you now about the most awful truth that was revealed to me on the internet. I was born into a family of two amazing historians and archaeologists who were really into their work. We've always lived out of suitcases and trunks because my parents took part in excavations all over the world. It was amazing to move from one ancient cultural place to another and to learn about new people, their culture, their language, and their history. Of course, it was hard to get used to a new home, school, and lifestyle. And deep inside, I hoped we would settle somewhere one day. And besides, I never had those normal things that most kids my age had and used every day. We never had a TV or the internet. In some places, we couldn't even use our phones because there was no service. But it never actually bothered me much. I always used to think that I had a very happy childhood, but everything changed one day. We lived in a small village in India, and my parents were working day and night. They would leave early in the morning and come back home very late. Once, my mother came back home alone. She looked really worried and nervous, and she told me that my dad had set off on an extremely important business trip, and that she would have to join him soon, and that I couldn't go with them. I was going to be staying with my grandparents. She said we were leaving immediately, and that I had to go pack as quickly as I could. Shock didn't even begin to describe it all. Nothing like that had ever happened before. We flew out on a red-eye to Austin, the city where my grandma and grandpa lived. Sure, I was excited to see my grandparents, but even though my mom had tried to persuade me that everything was okay, I still had some worries. I had a wonderful time at Grandma and Grandpa's, and my mom literally left the same day that we had arrived. She promised that they would come for me and visit me, but it never happened. My grandparents told me that Mom and Dad had to work on something really important, and they would be coming a little later than they had expected. And also my grandma said that my parents' business trip was not a reason for me to lie around all day. She told me that my parents had wanted me to go to boarding school. That was really frightening. I had never gone to a big modern school in a big American city, but I tried to persuade myself that it was just going to be a new gripping experience. So I waved goodbye and set off for boarding school. It turned out to be so unusual and strange at first. The school was enormous, and there were electronic displays everywhere. All my classmates were always staring at their phones or discussing subjects that I couldn't even have a conversation about. I would often hear giggles behind my back when I tried to study on the computer in the library, or when I asked some stupid questions about the things that are pretty common in the modern world. I wish they would ask about African tribal customs or ask me to speak Mandarin Chinese. The only person I managed to make friends with was Olivia, my roommate. She was so amazed by the fact that I spent my whole life away from the civilized world. She would ask me questions all night long, to the point that we both were sleeping before our lessons the next day. She also tried to get me involved with everything that was going on at school, to make me more modern. Helped me with all the devices and told me which was more important. She even taught me how to use the internet. My parents have always been pretty conservative and told me that there was nothing special about it. They encouraged me to read books instead, but I felt like a completely new world had opened up for me. I could look up any information there to learn anything that I wanted. I started to spend a lot of time on the internet. I made new friends and became part of my school community. Time was going by, but I still had not heard from my parents. I never even spoke to Olivia about them until it was time for our holiday break. She told me she was going to spend her holidays in the mountains with her parents and asked me, "Where are you going, Sierra? Where are your mom and dad going to take you this time?" I burst into tears and told her the whole story. And Olivia didn't seem to be disturbed. She said, "Come on."
What the rest of these people?
Here's our famous archaeologist. Easily find them. Just look it up there. So we went to the library and started to search. It didn't take long. We managed to find tons of articles about the projects my parents had worked on previously, but there was no information about what they were doing now. Then, I came across some forum where archaeologists were discussing a bunch of possible uses, professional or otherwise, and there were mom and dad's accounts there as well, but for some reason they were blocked. I kept searching, and finally I found a video where archaeologists were discussing a recent incident of theft in
Got to be getting me, chat. Chat.
Have your parents ever made an unjustifiable mistake? Out of the world on the run. So why should the way we stop? Hi, my name is Sophie. I'm 17 years old. I'm telling you this story in order to talk to somebody, hoping that this way I will feel better. So, my life was ruined because of my parents. I'm sure that many of you think you could have said the same thing, but my story is a little more complicated. The people that crush my dreams are not related to me. They are my adoptive parents. Now, you might ask yourself a question. Why would somebody adopt a stranger into their family and then treat them badly? Honestly, I don't know. I really trusted these people, but they... Oh, just listen to how it all began. It all started on my birthday. The very, very first. I started at the parking lot near the back entry to a big city hospital. As the video security camera shot it, it was a tall and slender figure, tightly covered in a hooded cloak who brought me there. And that this woman, it seemed to be a woman, but the camera could not get a good image of her face, so we cannot say for sure. However, she carefully placed me near the entrance and left. This was the part that my biological parents played in my life. The end. The puzzle with the baby, meaning me, was quickly discovered by some of the nurses, who later gave me my name. After that, my life as a wanderer began, and it lasted for as long as 14 years. In fact, there are many kids like me, but with every kid who's always missed out on parental love, I thought that I was the most unhappy of them all, or maybe the biggest loser. It just happened that none of my foster parents wanted to take full guardianship of me. No, as a whole, I do not regret the time that I spent with different people, except for maybe one couple who had a pretty unhealthy lifestyle. I stayed with them for a very short time and was taken away by social workers, and I think that was a godsend. So, I think that in 14 years, I've changed 6 foster families. Some of them wanted to just help a kid who had found themselves in a difficult situation. And at least for some time, some of them were really thinking of adopting me, but had to abandon these plans due to some life circumstances. Anyway, I changed so many guardians that I learned to avoid any emotional attachment to them. Even though deep inside my heart, I wanted to hope that somebody would finally come and become my real parents. And then Mr. and Mrs. Simmons appeared in my life. They are a very likable couple in their 40s, and they were interested in adopting me. The Simmons owned some small legal services agency. They were neither rich nor poor. They lived in a big, spacious, and beautiful house, and they also had their own daughter, Jen, who was almost my age. Don't you agree that all this sounds like a fairy tale? I could have a real family, a real house, and even a sister who could have become my best friend. What a pity that reality rarely fulfills our dreams. The first 3 years of my life with this family were more or less normal. I had my own room. I did not really need anything, but I did not have emotional ties with Mr. and Mrs. Simmons. They turned out to be very calm and even indifferent people. They paid a lot of attention to their work and their house, but not at all interested in forming a deeper relationship with me or understanding my emotions and feelings. But I think that real parents seem to be interested in these things. As a result, the Simmons did not even know that I had a great dream until it was too late. You see, I had decided quite a while ago which profession I wanted to choose. I think I was 11 years old at the time when one of my foster parents
bought me my first smartphone with a decent camera. From that, my passion for photography grew. I will not bore you with all the details. I will only say that since that time, I've spent all my money in order to get a better camera or to upgrade a lens. My love for photography is not limited to selfies or an Instagram profile. For me, it was art. I was dreaming that I would be a professional photographer, that I would take real artsy pictures, and that I would open my own exhibitions in the best centers around the world. I had to not only polish my professional skills, but I also had to study a lot. And I chose a perfect college for myself. This college is very mod, very prestigious, and very expensive. It was a private college, and there were no quotas for kids like me, so I had to have the best grades to get in there. And believe me, I tried very hard. I fought furiously for every grade I got at school, like a lioness. I made a perfect collection of my work for my portfolio, and I worked toward my dreams with all my strength. And I did not get good enough grades for the scholarship. But the admission office liked my portfolio very much, so they were happy to admit me. As soon as my parents paid for the first semester, I had to ask the Simmons for help. Mr. and Mrs. Simmons called for a family meeting, and there the most interesting thing was revealed. Jen was finishing school at the same time that I was, and was also applying to college, medical school. And it turned out that her grades did not qualify her for a scholarship either. I knew nothing about this because Jen and I barely talked. But the Simmons, of course, knew everything about their daughter, and they had an answer for me well in advance. My foster parents declared that they could not pay for college for both Jen and me. Therefore, they would stick to moral and rational reasons. And they explained that a doctor is a socially important, prestigious, and well-paid profession, and Jen chose her occupation wisely. As for a photographer, no. The Simmons told me that if I was dreaming about a beautiful and reckless art society life, then I had to get there without any help, and all the rest was just spending money, which they didn't really have a lot of. So they agreed to pay for college for Jen, and I had to either win a scholarship or go to work in order to pay tuition. I was shocked by their reaction. I tried to explain to the Simmons how important it was for me. I almost begged them to give me the money. It was possibly the only chance I had in my life. But Mr. and Mrs. Simmons were adamant about their decision. You know, I didn't believe a single word they said. I was totally sure that if I was their real daughter, and Jen wasn't, that they would have paid for my education in any field. And they simply sacrificed my dreams for the good of their own child. But I won't give up. I will soon turn 18, and I will leave this house that still hasn't become a home to me in order to succeed by myself. As you've heard, it's not just your biological parents, but also your adoptive parents that can be terrible. Please like my story to support me, and tell us in the comments what you think about what the Simmons have done.
You're just standing there like
I
meant that Anis's children were my real brothers and sisters, and I knew that Anis was expecting another baby who was going to be born soon. Of course, I asked my father if we could go and see Anis as soon as possible. When I looked out the train window and thought about my first encounter with Anis as my mother, it had suddenly occurred to my mind that my father was indeed my grandfather. It might seem strange, but this was much harder for me to accept, even though everything had become clear now. Ben was well beyond his 50s, and he was older than all my friends' fathers. I was confused, trying to adapt to this new world inside my head. This happy feeling that I would soon hug my mother still mattered most. I suppose that there was one single moment in my life when I felt that it was my mother. When we arrived, and I embarrassingly tongue-twisted the simplest words in the world, mumblingly said, "Mommy, please comb me," while Anis was brushing my hair and we talked about the baby sleeping under her heart. I was totally and absolutely happy. I did not have any close friends, but I told everybody who would listen that I would soon be living with my mother. It was clear that my life did not interest me very much. Nobody asked me about it later on. Because after a couple of months, I realized that Anis was not going to change her life. Then I started to call my father again, trying to comfort me and said that Anis was having a hard time right now, waiting for the baby. And her other children needed her attention too, and that now was just not the best time for change. But the right time never came. And I started to call Anis my sister again. Ben did not correct me. It was easier for both of us. 4 years had passed, and suddenly Ben and I learned that Anis had left her husband and their 3 children. I was already 12, and Ben did not hide his shock from me. But I felt hope. If Anis had left them, did it mean she would come back to us? To me? I did not tell Ben about my thoughts. I kept them deep inside my heart. But since I saw that he did not approve of Anis's actions, I argued with him, sincerely defending her and looking for any reasons that could justify her decision. At approximately the same time, I asked him how it happened that he adopted me. And he told me Anis was 16 when she gave birth to me. She had to miss a year of high school because of that. And then she moved to another town to finish school, leaving her newborn, me, with her father, Ben. And when Anis came back, she did not want to stay with Ben. She had found a job and could now afford to rent a room, so she moved out and took me with her. But the baby, who did not yet turn 2, only caused problems. She left for work. She left me with her roommate, who worked from home. But once, he went out to get some food, just for a second, and suddenly he ran into a friend. It might have been okay, but he had left a window open. It was winter, and I got pneumonia after several hours of crying in an ice cream dressed in just a slider. Ben took me into his home. But after 6 months, Anis got married and left town. The next 6 months, she had another baby, then another one. I was already 4 by that point, and I remember drawing a greeting card for my dear sister, Anis. Ben's story only made me more positive that Anis, my mother, was going to come back to us. But within a year, Ben and I learned that Anis had had another baby and was happily living with him and her new boyfriend. I think that this was the final blow to all my naive dreams. As they vanished, I sank into the darkness of depression. But half a year ago, Ben decided that we should go and visit Anis, even though it seemed like she did not want that, and kept repeating that everything was fine. But Ben was full of determination to see his 5th grandchild, so we paid her a surprise visit. When we entered her home, we understood everything without sensed the faint smell of alcohol coming from her. We did not see her boyfriend, who was about to get home any minute, as she repeated again and again. But we saw Harvey, my 3-year-old brother. He was a thin and pale kid who cried terribly when he tried to pull him from the corner where he was sitting to say hello to us. I noticed bruises all over his slender arms. We left that same evening, and I fought with Ben on our way home. He blamed Denise, and I tried to defend her and made up any possible excuses for what we had seen. So when I came to my room, I started crying, and I could not stop. I have never felt worse. I never even heard when Ben entered my room, and it was only when he hugged me that I realized he was there. He was also crying. And then he said that it seemed like we needed a good psychotherapist. It seemed to me that before I saw the bruises on Harvey's arms, I might have been able to misinterpret this ugly woman's words. She said that I should not only stop trying to treat Denise as my sister, but also that I should stop trying to protect her. It was not her who needed protection, but Harvey. Just like I needed protection before. But for me, there was always my grandfather. And also just like the 3 other kids that she left probably. She said that adoption always suffers from secrets and confusion. But a grown-up person needs the courage to reveal these secrets. My story is coming to an end. Soon I will go and see Denise again. And I will call her my mother, looking straight into her eyes for the first time in 8 years, and for the second time in my whole life. And I will talk to her about Harvey, because Ben and I decided that we are ready to take the kids to stay with us until Denise grows up. Now I am exactly the same age that Denise was when she gave birth to me, but I will not repeat her mistakes. One way or another, her children will have to pay. It was Mercy. Thank you for listening.
Hey, I'm Audrey, and this is Mrs. Mackenzie, my boyfriend's mum. Well, actually, we are no longer together anymore, and this woman is pretty much to blame for everything. By the time this story happened, I was together with Stuart for a whole year. Our relationship could have been called perfect if his mum wasn't constantly meddling. You see, she never liked me. From the very moment I'd begun dating Stuart, she didn't even want to get to know me. Anytime I asked him why we don't chill at his place, he'd say that his mum thought that the meet parent thing would be something that was reserved for those who were ready to get married. And we were definitely not. At least, not yet. It's not that this made me sad or anything, but my mum knew Stuart, and I thought I would feel more comfortable knowing his parents too. That's it. Anyway, when I finally met his mum, it was the night of Stuart's granny's jubilee, so it was basically her who invited me. But nevertheless, Mrs. Mackenzie seemed very nice and polite to me. We chatted a little, so I thought it would be enough for such a busy evening and everything. After a week or so, she invited me for dinner, and it was right then that I felt the tension between us. First of all, I don't eat meat, and Stuart was supposed to tell his mum about this. He actually promised me that he did. When I saw the table, I noticed there was a lot of meat on it. Mrs. Mackenzie said at first that Stuart told her nothing, and then later she said that she might have been too busy when he was telling her about my food preferences, and that she probably missed that point. Well, I said it was all okay, and then spent the whole dinner trying to get rid of the beef on my warm beef salad. After everyone was done with dinner, Mrs. Mackenzie said that we would have tea and cake in the living room. Normally, I don't like cake or anything sweet at all, but I was still hungry. Besides, Mrs. Mackenzie baked it herself, so I thought that one small piece of it wouldn't hurt me. Honestly, it turned out to be awful from the very first bite. Of course, I couldn't show that I didn't like it. You know, after this failure for the whole I don't eat meat thing, I just didn't want to be rude. So I pan cake as fast as I could, nearly chewing it. Right after dinner, Stuart and I had planned to go to the movies, and as soon as we arrived, I could feel that my stomach was upset. Maybe I felt that way because I ate that cake way too fast, or because of the way it was cooked. I don't know. So I asked Stu to go buy me a Coke, which is usually helpful for digesting, you know. And after I drank it, I had to run to the bathroom, and this was right when the movie had already started. Well, it's needless to say that I spent almost the whole time there, in the toilet. But even this is not a part of the story I wanted to mention. It's Stu. I mean, when I finally felt better and got back to my seat, I said that it was probably his mum's cake that wasn't cooked very well. He didn't eat any of it, by the way. But he insisted that the Coke that he'd bought me had gone bad, and looked really offended by what I'd said about his mum. And another time, when Stuart and I were going to the water park and booked by this place for him to get all the necessary stuff, his mum said that it was very brave of me to do that uninhibited in a swimsuit. Well, yeah, that was pretty offensive, taking into account that I truly was a little bit chubby. And also, once she said a few choice words about me not knowing who my dad was. I mean, yeah, I had never met him, but it definitely wasn't my fault. And she shouldn't judge me by that fact.
Cat, I'm going to the Tahoe. We can get a wing before this one.
At some point, he got really hard to turn a deaf ear to all of her words, and I tried to talk to Stuart about it. But he was, you know, the type of guy who couldn't stand even a word of criticism toward his own mother. That's why I thought I'd better just avoid his mum in order to keep our relationship intact. And then, since Stuart was a little bit older than me, the time had come for him to apply to college. Even here, his mum had already decided on everything, and he was supposed to follow in his dad's footsteps. Mr. Mackenzie was a lawyer, by the way, and was usually too busy, so I rarely ever saw him. Honestly, it was a great opportunity for Stuart. I had 1 year of high school to go, and we were, sort of, having to get ready for a long-distance relationship. Mrs. Mackenzie, by the way, seemed to be very happy, and I was pretty sure it was because she started to be really friendly, and she was like, "Oh, honey, don't be sad. You'll be together in a year when you also go here." Even though she knew that my mum wouldn't be able to afford this college. And then, Stuart decided to give me a present. This was the beginning of the end. Yes. We had our last movie night before he would leave for college, and afterwards we were both sitting on a park bench, and he suddenly took a small box out of his pocket. Of course, I got really excited, because it really seemed like the proposal thing was happening. But then, Stuart brought me back down to earth, saying that this was not him proposing to me, but more just a sign of our love. He gave me a ring that his great-grandmother had given him many years ago. Everything still felt really magical, and the ring was really beautiful, so I immediately put it on my finger, and, well, what can I say? I was totally happy to have it, even though I was going to miss my boyfriend a lot. And now you can just imagine Mrs. Mackenzie's face when the next day we went together to the airport to say goodbye to Stuart, and she noticed that ring on my finger. Apparently her son had told her nothing about his plan. She turned pale, then red with anger, and told me that the ring fit my size amazingly through her clenched teeth. I don't know why, but I felt a sense of superiority over her. I thought this would really mean that once Stuart and I got married, he'd take my side in a future conflict. But I was sorely mistaken. Approximately 2 months after that moment at the airport, when I suddenly saw Stuart's dad around town. It's not that I purposely avoided his parents. I just had nothing to talk to his mum about, and I didn't want to trip her up again by showing off my ring. So again, I had gone down to the coffee shop to grab a latte to go, and when I turned to go to the restroom, I noticed Stuart's dad sitting at a table in the corner of the cafe. At first I got a bit worried, because this meant that his mum could also be somewhere around, and I didn't want to see her. But then I imagined that they had already seen me, and it would be rude for me to ignore them. So I decided that I should took my first step toward their table, I saw Mr. Mackenzie's escort, and it definitely was not his wife. Yeah, it was also pretty obvious that that young lady wasn't just a friend of his. That's why he'd chosen such an isolated table, I thought. I decided it'd be embarrassing for me to go up to him after what I'd just seen. I didn't really want to get into any trouble, so I just left. I couldn't get these thoughts about Stuart's dad and everything out of my head later that day. I just didn't want to believe that this could really happen. And that after so many years of marriage, one of the spouses could have an affair just like that. With a woman much younger than he was, by the way. And I actually felt sorry for his mom. I tried to put myself into her shoes and finally figured out that I would want to know the truth if I were her. For obvious reasons, I couldn't call her directly and tell her about what I'd seen. That's why I decided to tell Stuart about it when he called. Well, what can I say? It was hard to find the words to candy coat the truth. Of course, the news shocked him, and it was practically the only time I had a chance to discuss with him. As soon as I told him, he hung up the phone, and I knew he was calling his mum. I kept wondering about her reaction until the next day, when I was once again totally surprised by quite an unexpected encounter. It was Mrs. Mackenzie, right there in front of my school, and she seemed to be waiting for me. Oh, what a drama it was. She started yelling at me, saying that I had no right to interfere with her family affairs, and that I'd better just focus on my own life, and a whole lot of really rude stuff. Oh my God, the whole school heard it. She ended up saying she will never let her son be with the kind of a girl that I was. What was that supposed to mean? And she demanded to have that ring back. I was totally humiliated. So of course, I gave it back to her, and then rushed home and texted Stuart that we needed to talk ASAP. And you know what? When he called, he didn't believe me that his mum could be that rude. Then he said that she was right about me. And then just stumped me. Seriously. It's been a whole week since our talk, and I still hope that Stuart is going to calm down, come to his senses and call me back. However, my mum says that even if this happens, we'll never be as happy as we used to be before, because he has already shown me that his mum and whatever she says will always be more important than me. What do you think about all this? Write me please down in the comments to this video and click the like button.
Oh, that's too framing!
Hi guys, I'm Lana. If you think that you are the one who always chooses the wrong person to fall in love with, then my story is going to prove that I am an even bigger loser in this respect. I'm only 18 now, but I have already experienced the weirdest romance ever. So bad that my mom moved my boyfriend out of the house right after a funeral dinner. Now, I am not so available for any new relationships, and here's why. Everything happened during my first summer after high school graduation. I was so happy that my parents allowed me to join my friends who were traveling across Italy to have a little break before college. As a matter of fact, it just so happened that I fell in love. Jonathan was there on a business trip. We met when we happened to be dining at the same cafe, and oops, he turned out to be way older than me, but he was so handsome and behaved like a true gentleman. He courted me in an extremely fairy tale way, with all the flowers, romantic walks, and everything. Although it sounds cliche, I doubt there is a single girl in the world who wouldn't fall for it. So pretty soon, I fall in love with him, and my trip turned out to be something more than just a school break. But then my mom called with the most devastating news possible. She said that her mother, my granny, had just died, and that I'd better hurry up and get back home. Of course, this was awful news. I totally began packing as soon
dad came to pick us up and drive us home. When he saw Jonathan, he was a little surprised by his age, let's put it that way. I mean, I told my parents that I wasn't coming home alone, but they must have been waiting for a young guy to arrive with me, and not someone who could be my dad's peer, I guess. The whole way home from
Whoa.
both of us kept silent. From time to time, I caught my dad's look through the car's rear view mirror, and I bet he was silently hoping that my new relationship was just a joke. It was awful, especially taking into account the reason we had come to see my parents. But just wait till I tell you about my mom's reaction. As soon as all the official procedures with the funeral were over, we all gathered for a meal with our closest relatives and friends at my granny's house. My mom seemed to be avoiding looking at me and Jonathan directly. And he, by the way, was also acting a little bit nervous and gloomy. But what was really strange is that at some point when I was talking to one of my granny's old friends, out of the corner of my eye, I noticed that my mom was talking to Jonathan. It was odd because I hadn't even had a chance to get the two of them officially acquainted with each other. But she already didn't seem very friendly. Even more, she was sort of trying to boot him out or something. I tried to end that conversation I was having, but you know people, when they start talking and reminiscing about something, you can't just say stop and walk away. Suddenly, my mom appeared, as if from out of nowhere, and took me aside, trying to sort of hide the two of us behind the bushes. In a very angry whisper, she asked me to take Jonathan out of the house and to promise to talk to her in private later that night. I had no idea what was going on, but I've never seen my mom that serious and persistent. Of course, I rushed to fulfill her request. However, I didn't expect that Jonathan would be so happy to leave the house. I thought that we should both just go somewhere, but he said it would be better if I stayed here and that he'd pick me up later that night if I wanted him to. That sounded strange, but I thought that he was probably not very happy with my parents' reaction toward him or something. Anyway, after all of our guests left, my mom and I could finally have the talk she mentioned earlier. It quickly became evident that that day was awful, and it was not just because of the funeral. My mom said that she already knew Jonathan. They were a couple about 19 years ago, and he cheated on her, and she decided to get revenge by starting a relationship with my dad. Soon after, she found out that she was pregnant, and the two of them had to get married. Mom never saw Jonathan after that. And on that day, when she saw him and he told her that he was there with me, she was ready to stir up a scandal, but she was afraid that my dad will catch wind of everything. Apparently, he knew nothing about their affair. I think that if, at that moment, a dinosaur would have passed nearby, or a comet or something would have fallen from outer space right onto my lap, I wouldn't have noticed it. I guess someone can never be ready enough for that kind of news. And this still was not the end of the story. When I asked whether Mom was sure that my dad was actually my father, her yes sounded pretty doubtful. It felt like I was going to be sick. Now you see that there couldn't be a bigger loser in love affairs than me, don't you? Mom also said that she was sorry, and that she couldn't let me be with Jonathan in any case, but especially because of his age. And soon after our talk began, it grew from the "I'm really sorry, baby" talk to a "what were you thinking" lecture. But what I was really thinking at that moment was, what if I had fallen in love with my biological father? The talk with Jonathan was twice as hard as I thought it would be. He looked devastated because, as it turned out, he was even thinking about proposing to me. This is how much he managed to fall in love with me. But now, since he had figured out who my mother was, he couldn't even look at me. And I couldn't look at him either. He assured me that he was never able to have babies, like in physical terms, I mean. But we still did a DNA test. I insisted, just in case, right? Thank God it was negative. I mean, he was not my blood relative. And then he was gone. Forever. He went back to his business in Europe, and I stayed at home and started getting prepared to leave for college. My friends got back from Italy, by the way, and we kept
wondering where my Prince Charming had gone, but I could never find a good answer for them. Of course, I couldn't tell the truth. And Dad? Well, he still knows nothing about my mom and Jonathan, at least as far as I know. But he definitely doesn't feel sorry that we've broken up. If you agree that my story deserves a thumbs up from you, then you know what to do. By the way, when do you think I will ever be able to fall in love again? Share your thoughts in the comments to this video. Ciao!
The one teacher.
Out of the world on demand. So why should the way we study be any different? The University of South Australia Online. Study on demand. have not recovered from it. But, as I said at the very beginning, the darkest hour is always before the dawn. As soon as the first shock passed, I remembered that this Iris, who was never introduced to her parents, was expecting a child. My nephew? Or niece? I decided that I would not say anything to my parents before I found out the truth. Why should I hurt them even more if it were a lie? So I went to see Iris. Thank God the address for my brother's letter was real. Iris's house was very small and poorly built, without a backyard. Iris really did not have any money. When she opened the door, I recognized her immediately. Although in real life, Iris looked even worse. She was thin and haggard. And she was no longer pregnant. When I introduced myself, I had to put my foot in the door to prevent her from slamming it in my face. I asked Iris what had happened to my brother's child. But Iris said that as soon as the baby was born, she immediately gave it up for adoption without even asking about its gender. For some reason, this did not sound very convincing, and I wanted to ask her more questions. But Iris began to freak out and threaten me that if I did not get off her property, she would call the police. Iris's strange look and behavior made me suspicious. So I decided to avoid arguing with her and just opted to leave. I was confused and had no idea what I should do next or how I could find out if Iris was telling the truth. Where my brother's child was now. But as soon as I walked several steps away from her house, I heard through thin walls a baby crying. So Iris lied, and I had to find a way to save Roy's baby from living with a mother like this one. There was nothing I could do, so I turned to my parents for help. I showed them Roy's letter, and I told them everything about my visit to Iris's house, describing the way she looked and behaved, as well as the impression that I had of the trip. My parents agreed completely. They could not let their grandson stay with his dad. Besides, you see, they still had not recovered from losing their son. I think they saw the living memory of Roy in his baby. And who could blame them? Especially since I knew for sure that they would love their grandson and care about him as much as they loved me or Roy. All of them went to visit my weekend. To be fair, I have to say that Iris still hesitated. And I don't know what made her agree to our proposal. Was she just greedy for the money? Or had she finally understood that raising a child would be too difficult for her? The only thing that Iris asked us was, would we love her son? The answer is obvious. The rest of the story are the legal proceedings that you won't be interested in. I just want you to know that the baby now lives with my parents and that he is doing well. And I am going to move away and go to college soon, knowing that my parents are happy again, taking care of their little grandson. Tell me, have there ever been any sad stories with unhappy but bright endings in your life? Write about it in the comments to this video.
Hi there, my name is Abigail, and I am 13 years old. Recently, my whole life has turned into a complete mess. I even started thinking that I'd lose my mind after the horrible thing that happened to my family. But the thing is, I'm afraid of my dreams. I there's not even a hint of misery in our family, and I live a completely ordinary life with my beloved mother and father. My mom's a housewife, and my dad has recently gotten a really high-up position at a trading company. It was cool, but we had to go away often on business trips, and my mom and I missed him a lot. But then everything changed for the worse. My father was about to come back from another city, so I was very excited. I went to bed late that night. I closed my eyes, and I saw something incredible. My father and I were watching a star fall in the forest. He was telling me about the constellations, but suddenly the ground started shaking. I fell into the darkness. He called for me and screamed for help, but I couldn't breathe or move. Then there was a flash of light, and I was sitting on my bed with my eyes wide open. It took me a while to
I was terrified, and I felt like we had to call my dad to check on it. My mom thought that it was a crazy idea to call him in the middle of the night, but I insisted. And my dad was really surprised to hear a, "Hey, are you okay?" question at 3 in the morning, but thankfully, he was alright. He came back home safe and sound. My mom and I made a special dinner for him. Well, made jokes about that crazy dream. Next morning, my dad took me to school. He looked at me and said, "You will probably find that forest with the shooting stars one day." Then he laughed his funny laugh and drove to work. Little did I know that this was the last time I would see my father. I was still at school when my mom called me. Her voice was trembling. She said that my dad felt really bad at work and he had been taken to the hospital. I just freaked out for that. Good that. It was something called a perforated ulcer. By the time he arrived at the hospital, my father had already died. The moment I felt absolutely lost and broken and cried our eyes out. My mom has always been pretty skeptical about anything mystic. She said, "Oh, how I wish we knew you had a prophetic dream." Of course, this very thought was already torturing me. Was it a horrible coincidence? I had no more doubt. I saw my dream. I had a chance to prevent this tragedy, but I failed it. I felt so bad about it that I could not stop beating myself up over it. I even started thinking that it was my dream that made it all happen. I started keeping myself awake as long as possible because I was afraid I would have another fateful nightmare. I finally drove myself to insomnia and total depression. My mom tried to do her best to comfort me, to persuade me that none of it was my fault, but this didn't help much. She even took me to the doctor. There was no psychiatrist, and sleeping pills that could help me. My entire school was aware of what had happened, and classmates were pointing fingers and whispering behind my back. Some of them really believed I had superpowers. Even asked me to predict their future, which was no help to my growing madness. It was all just so ridiculous, but it all made me feel so convinced that my higher purpose. And believe it or not, Chester gave me another chance. Summer came and we were all about to go on our annual school camping trip. My mom insisted that I had to go to clear my head. Then it happened again. My mom drove by. My eyes saw I know who school was. It was driving down the road. Then I realized I was inside that bus. There were all my classmates and friends there, but they were all sleeping. I was sitting next to my best friend. I started shaking her, but she would not wake up. Suddenly, she opened her eyes and they were empty and hollow. I looked around and saw what seemed like millions of these zombie eyes staring at me. I screamed and sprang up on the sofa. It took me a minute to come to my senses. I could not fail now. There were so many lives at stake. I had to warn them all. Luckily, we were supposed to have homeroom after our classes that day. When our teacher brought up the camping topic, I jumped out of my chair and asked if I could say something. I was all shook up. I was standing in front of the whole class, and I told them that they had to cancel the trip and not go under any circumstances. I told them about my dream and warned them that they were all in danger. And I got the response that I was actually expecting. Everybody was looking at me as if I were absolutely crazy. Nobody believed me. Nobody listened to me. I couldn't just let them die out there. I had to figure out a way to stop the trip. On the departure day, when everybody was gathering near the bus, I took a moment. When the driver walked away, I snuck inside. I couldn't drive, but I randomly started pushing buttons and finally found the one that shut the doors. Of course, everyone noticed this and saw me inside the bus. They all started banging on the doors and windows, but I wouldn't move. I was sure I was doing the right thing. But I failed again. It turned out that it was not that hard to open the door, so as soon as the driver came back, we got inside pretty easily. The teacher was so angry at me. She said that I was not going anywhere as my punishment. So I had nothing more to do but just watch the bus with all those kids drive far away to a certain death. I was in despair. I went home, turned the TV on, and sat down, ready to hear the news about a bad accident on the road or something like that. I stayed like that, watching for bad news until really late at night, and then finally fell asleep. But when I woke up in the morning, there was still no bad screaming with joy when they all came back alive. All my friends are really just trying to support me now. They say that they are grateful for me because I was so determined to save them, but that I had to get the idea out of my head and get over it. That's easier said than done. I definitely will sleep better now, but I still have those fears and worries because of what happened to my poor dad. Hopefully, I will heal it one day. Sometimes I like to imagine that my father has found that very magic forest with the shooting star. I will probably meet him there one day. Have you ever had a prophetic dream? How did you react? I would be grateful if you shared your experience with me. Feel free to share this video with your friends. I will really be waiting.
Hey guys, my name's Nick. I think I've got a lot of stories to tell since I'm always getting into trouble. Most of them are cringeworthy and stupid. Sometimes very funny though. But the one I'm about to tell you is the one where things got really bad. Some of you might say I deserved it, and if that's the case, I'll really care what you think. Well, here's the story. I can tell you that I've never, ever been good. At least my parents have been saying that I've caused them trouble for years. They work a lot, so we never spent much time together. But, well, I never needed them anyway. I just live the way I want. And everyone hates me for being me. That's the thing. Every time I fight with my parents, they bring up all the same stuff. Me not studying, me breaking stuff, me being aggressive and rude. I hate it. It's not just my parents either. It's also my teachers, my aunts and uncles, and random adults who don't even know anything about my life. Anyway, this particular thing happened in May. My dad had gotten another call from the school about me being useless and stupid. And got mad. I mean, really mad. I wasn't allowed to leave the house for the weekend, and I had to sit down and study for 2 days straight. If I left the house, unless it was on fire or something, or switched on my PlayStation, or got distracted in any other way, I would not be able to go and stay with my older brother Kev for the summer. And this is the thing I live for. He lives 300 miles away. He's basically the only person who doesn't call me an idiot all the time. We have a lot of fun. Play FIFA, go fishing, just hang out. It's the best time of the year. And if my parents say I'm staying home, they hate me. So I could not. On Saturday they left, and we're going to be back that night. I was home by myself, but I guess they asked the neighbors to watch me, or maybe to put a camera somewhere, because they never trust me alone like that. And I was really going to sit in my room and read a textbook. But then my friend Justin texted me that he had found an abandoned hospital on the other side of town by the river, and asked if I wanted to take a look. Well, yes, I did. I could leave from the first story window, jump over the fence in the backyard, and be at a bus stop in 30 seconds. I'd been studying for about an hour and a half already. Totally driving me crazy. Long story short, I went, met Justin, and on our way to the abandoned hospital, saw a man in the river. So the whole thing is on a riverbank, and there's a very low wooden bridge, which is pretty old too. And I recognized the figure in the river was old man Charlie. He's like a local celebrity. This guy's literally 100 years old. But he's like a cyclist and a runner and a super active guy, and the honorary citizen of our town. Well, he's a swimmer too, but at that point, I just saw him drowning. Justin froze, and after a few minutes, I was already on the bus, soaking wet, desperately trying not to attract much attention. I was home way before my parents, and managed to wash and dry my clothes. Everything was quiet for the rest of the day. In the evening, I heard that the old man was fine, and he thanked Justin, who followed him to the hospital for saving his life. He said he felt really awkward, and we kind of laughed it off. The first thing I saw next morning, Justin was on the local news, and that was just the beginning. With Charlie being old and famous, and in addition of getting out pretty easy, like not being injured or anything, in everyone's eyes, Justin was now a hero. And he didn't mind. I mean, yeah, he was being a good friend and stuff, but I could see that he was enjoying the attention as he told a story that never happened over and over again. Still, for the whole first day, I was feeling relieved that it was all turning out that way. But then, things got a little bit crazy. Teachers at the school were talking about Justin. He got some kind of award for his courage. The next time we were hanging out downtown, several people came up to him to tell him how awesome he was for saving the old man. I was there right beside him. I was starting to get really annoyed with all of this. My life didn't change much, but a lot of stuff started to show. I still would not hear a single good thing about myself from anyone at home or school. I was still treated like I was totally useless. It peaked when my parents told me that I'd never do anything like what Justin did with saving the old man, because I only care about myself. I didn't say anything at that time. But when we had our regular fight the next day, I lost it, and I shouted that it was me who saved the guy. It was me who was the hero. I regretted it that next second because I'd rather get 0 credit for this than not see my brother for the whole summer. But, I mean, it's even funny now. My parents did not believe me. They said that I was trying to get credit for something I didn't do, since I have nothing to be proud of myself for. I just had to agree. I finished the school year okay, and in June, I went to live with Kev for the whole summer. Needless to say, he was the only one who believed me and told the whole story. No matter what people around me say, I know who I am and what I'm capable of. And that is the only thing that matters, guys. If you've ever gotten credit for something someone else did, or if someone else got credit for something you did, please share your stories in the comments. I'm guessing that most of us have had a moment like this. Like when someone told your joke louder and everyone laughed. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Clear aligner. They're new and only available at Smile Direct Club. Go from a smile like this to a smile like this while you sleep for up to 60% less than braces. New nighttime clear aligners only at Smile Direct Club.
Hi. You know, I believe that our parents only want the best for us. But sometimes their ways of bringing us up might be unusual. And our upbringing has an impact on our entire future, no matter whether we want it to or not. But only we can decide how to use what we have learned from our parents. Listen to the story about how I was brought up and what has resulted in my life. My name is Elon Musk, and if you think your childhood was complicated, don't feel alone. My parents got divorced. I grew up with books as my only friends. I had a hard time at school, and I worked on a construction site. My father didn't believe in me, and far from home, I had to survive on $1 a day and was constantly hungry. But all of that didn't really matter. What I found that really counts is what you do with everything you learned from your parents. The first 8 years of my life were bright and happy, to some extent. I lived with my mother, father, and 2 younger siblings in a wealthy town in South Africa. We were about an hour's drive from the capital. Both of my parents were busy people. They worked hard, long hours, and I barely saw them. But they made sure that my brother and sister and I didn't need anything. And we didn't, except for some attention maybe. We didn't have a nanny, just a housekeeper who was there to make sure I didn't break anything. I really didn't break anything at home, but it was a miracle. I was usually off making explosives and building rockets and doing things that could have gotten me killed. I'm still shocked that I have all my fingers. Also, I love to read. Once, my family went on one of their numerous shopping excursions when they realized mid-trip that I had gone missing. Well, my mother took my younger brother along and went looking for me. They found me in a nearby bookstore where I was sitting on the floor and reading, oblivious to everything around me. As I got older, I'd take myself to the bookstore when school ended at 2 p.m. and stay there until 6, when my parents returned home from work. I plowed through fiction books, then comics, and finally nonfiction titles. Sometimes they'd kick me out of the store, but usually they'd allow me to stay there. At one point, I ran out of books to read at the school library, and the neighborhood library, and at the bookstores. So I started to read our set of encyclopedias. This was so helpful. You find out that you don't know what you don't know, and you realize there are all these other things out there. Apart from that, my brother and I tried to earn money. We would make chocolate Easter eggs and travel around to the wealthy parts of the city selling them. We charged $10 for a homemade egg that was worth 50 cents. And we'd always get questions like, "Why are you charging so much for this little Easter egg?" And I answered that they were supporting a young capitalist, and that the reality was, if they didn't buy it from me, they were not going to get any eggs for Easter. But everything changed after I turned 8. It was then that my parents realized that they were not in love and decided to split up. My brother and sister stayed with our mom, but I felt so sorry for my father. He seemed very sad and lonely by himself, and so I said, "Daddy, I will stay with you. I can be company." My dad was a very hard man. Once, I remember, 5 or 6 people broke into our home, and my father was able to chase them away by himself. I realized that you have to be a person of exceptionally hard character to be able to stand up to armed robbers. My father wanted to teach his kids, at least his boys, to learn how to work with our hands. My brother and I used to go to where he worked. He was an engineer, so we often went to construction sites where we did all sorts of things, from laying brick to fitting window frames to plumbing and wiring. At school, I was the youngest and the smallest kid in the class, but all my reading had also made me the smartest one, kind of like a dime among a lot of pennies. Because of this, I was constantly a target of jokes and sometimes even worse. Sometimes the gangs at school would literally hunt me down. Between classes, I often had to hide somewhere. Once, my best friend ratted me out when they threatened him, and he gave up my secret hideout. No, that wasn't the best day for me. So I put the books away and started learning how to fight back. Karate, judo, wrestling. It seemed like I had enrolled in every fighting school available. Once I turned 16, I started dishing it out as hard as they'd give it to me. It only took me fighting back a couple of times when I noticed that my classmates never picked on me again. It taught me a lesson. Anyone who chases the weak is looking for targets that won't fight back. If you make yourself into a challenging target, they aren't going to come after you again. When I turned 17, I finally moved to Canada, where my mother was from. My father didn't wish me well. He said that I'd be back in South Africa in 3 months. He called me an idiot and told me that I was never going to make anything of myself. This wasn't very reassuring, you know, and life didn't get much easier over there. In the beginning, I lived with one of my mother's cousins on a farm, until my mom and my younger sister moved to Toronto. We found a small apartment and I enrolled in college, where I joined the hordes of broke students, studying hard and barely surviving on $1 a day. I lived on hot dogs and oranges, saving every penny. I was always hungry. Meanwhile, in order to feed her children, my mother had 5 jobs, one of which was as a nutritionist, and one of her clients was a butcher. Once a month, he'd give her a roast beef. She would cut it up into 4 pieces, freeze 3 of them, and cook 1, so we could have meat once a week. Mom never scolded us, her kids, but by personal example, she showed us how challenging the road to success could be. She worked a lot and very hard, and using her as our example, we kids achieved everything ourselves. In 1995, my brother Kimball and I launched our own company. Mom supported our desire to become successful entrepreneurs and insisted that I quit my job and go to Silicon Valley. Every 6 weeks, she visited us and tried to help us with the business. For example, helping us to draw up a business plan. Once she even helped us to create a presentation for investors and stayed up with us until 2 o'clock in the morning. The next day, we were so tired when we went to the best restaurant in Palo Alto. And this is when my mother said, "This is the last time I pay for our dinner." Hey, since then, she has never really paid for us again. 4 years later, I sold the company for $22 million. Everything that I got from this deal, I invested into my next enterprise, a startup which was later transformed into one of the biggest electronic payment systems. I sold it too, but this time for $1.5 billion. It was the year 2000, and the Silicon Valley was booming with crazy consumerism at that time. The general wisdom at the start of the millennium said,
I ate her back that down wall.
And have patience to wait for the next opportunity and move wisely. But I wasn't ready to conform to the general wisdom. Instead, I took all my money, almost $200 million, and invested it in 2 companies. One of them has sent an orbital spaceship to the International Space Station and made it back to Earth safely. Another company is making wonderful, fully electric cars, which have made the whole automobile industry breathless with excitement, and Detroit furious with envy. Now, I parents, and I am grateful for everything they gave me.
What does it take to be a real Aussie energy provider? That means keeping jobs right here in Australia. That's real Aussie energy. Red Energy, 100% Australian electricity and gas.
I'm in the bit.
I'm 16 years old. I was born and grew up in New Orleans. This was the fact that my story will be about ancient and about my best friend who became convicted. I see you don't believe me. My friend didn't either. Before a zombie started to wander around under his window every night. My best friend's name is Henry. His family moved to New Orleans from New Jersey around 6 months ago. And Henry began to go to my school. He's a cool guy, and we soon realized we had a lot in common when we came around. He did not know much about it, and he was curious about everything. Why the French Quarter was called French, why the tourists came here to see cemeteries, why the cemeteries had Muslims and the bodies were not just buried. I had to admit, I made an excellent city guy. Maybe I can make a living showing people around, but that doesn't matter right now. The thing is that my family is closely connected to New Orleans, and I grew up with this knowledge. My lineage can be traced back to the middle of the 19th century, and all our future generations live right here. Before that, my ancestors lived in Haiti. Do you guess what I'm trying to tell you? I'll tell you straight then. There were real voodoo masters in my family. Oh yeah.
We will go. Chat, thank you for watching. Could be an stream logo. For watching the stream when we get 1,000.